Hey you. Me. Yes, you. Do you care about making a difference? Care about improving the livelihood of your fellow citizens? No.
Great. We're Group 15, also known as the Nictogens. We'll make you grin and give you clear skin. Now, take a deep breath. Deeper.
Deeper.
This air keeps you alive, and you know what makes up most of this delicious air? No, it's not oxygen. It's actually nitrogen keeping you alive since it makes up 78% of the Earth's air. Nitrogen is the best candidate for vice president because of its expertise in many different fields and how it readily cooperates with many other elements. It's transparent and odorless at STP, which means nitrogen won't do you dirty in both its policies and personal hygiene. Hygiene is important, guys, remember to floss. 15 radioactive isotopes of nitrogen have been found, but it has two stable isotopes, nitrogen 14 and nitrogen 15. Nitrogen gas gets along well with ammonia and can make fertilizer, pharmaceutical items, and even bombs. Cough cough. Nitrogen gas also increases the shelf life of your food. You know how potato chip bags are full of air? That's actually nitrogen gas. Nitrogen prevents nasty bacteria from growing. Oxygen, on the other hand, is too reactive and would make your chips stale. Nitrogen in liquid form is awesome too. It's a cheap cooling agent for industrial reactions and is used to preserve blood and organ donations. Need to ship your kidneys somewhere for totally not illegal reasons? Liquid nitrogen is your friend. Liquid nitrogen is also a key component in making Dippin' Dots, so that's cool too. If you haven't had Dippin' Dots, you're missing out.
You greedy dirtbag!
Next up, we have phosphorus, who's running for Secretary of Agriculture. Phosphorus is the 11th most common element on Earth and 12% of the Earth's crust is phosphorus. Phosphorus has many different isotopes, but there is only one isotope that is non-radioactive, phosphorus 31. Phosphorus also has quite the green thumb. It's naturally present in rocks. When weathering and erosion break down the rocks, they release the phosphorus into the soil. There, plants can take in the phosphorus directly. Other animals can eat the plants taking the phosphorus, like snails. Then bigger animals can eat the snails, like a fox. Once the animal dies, the phosphorus is released into the ground, and the cycle repeats again.
How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion!
Arsenic is running for Secretary of Defense, and though it's quite a toxic chemical, someone has to get the job done. With over 32 isotopes, it has one trusty, stable isotope it can fall back on, arsenic 73. At STP, it's a shiny, gray, metallic looking solid, but it's brittle and still has a heart. Arsenic follows Geneva Conventions. Arsenic is also very stealthy as it's allotrope to yellow, soft, and waxy, but still very toxic, thus leading enemies into its deadly trap. Arsenic is typically used in dangerous chemicals such as pesticides, so it will kill all pests that dare attack the kingdom.
Will you learn? What will you learn? That your actions have consequences!
Now, antimony is our candidate for president because of its diplomacy and skill in a variety of fields. Antimony has 35 radioactive isotopes but two stable ones, antimony 121, which has a natural abundance of 57%, and antimony 123 with an abundance of 43%. With a melting point of 630 Celsius and a boiling point of 2980 Celsius, antimony can take the heat. Antimony is used in many compounds. Some examples are antimony trisulfide, which is used for bombs. Cough cough. Antimony pentasulfide, used to dye your enemies, clothes red. And antimony pentoxide, used to make household materials like glasses, ceramics, and sometimes plastics. With its silvery white, shiny exterior, antimony is professional and will get the job done. It also expands when it freezes, just like water, which is cool, I guess.
Spilled lipstick in your Valentino bag.
Oh, you spilled lipstick in my Valentino white bag!
Are you feeling queasy about World War III? Have no worries. Bismuth, Secretary of Health and Human Services, is found in Pepto-Bismol. Bismuth is also used in makeup like lipstick, eyeshadow, and nail polish so you can look like woman and not get drafted. If that doesn't work out, at least you and the boys will be looking hot while being shot to death. The abundance of bismuth in the solar system is 10 parts per billion by weight, and 0.07 parts per billion by moles. It is crystalline, brittle, and the most naturally diamagnetic metal. This means it resists being magnetized and is repelled by a magnetic field. You can levitate a small magnet if you wanted with bismuth.
Jared, could you read number 23 for the class?
No, I cannot.
What up? I'm Jared, I'm 19, and I never learned how to read.
Muscovium is a new recruit, so not much is known about it. If you look on your reference table, this element is actually UUP, a non-pentium, but scientists have updated it and the element is now called muscovium. Muscovium is running for Secretary of Education as it's an extremely unstable, radioactive synthetic element, so it's basically useless. It has 4 known isotopes, MC287, MC288, MC289, and the most stable, MC290, which has a half-life of 0.65 seconds. Muscovium was created by firing calcium atoms at americium, an unstable, radioactive element. Sometimes the calcium would stick and increase the proton count to 115 for a short amount of time, giving us muscovium. While the element is limited to scientific research, these relatively new, unstable elements give insight about the forces that hold atoms together so we can learn more about how the universe is held together. In other words, only nerds care about muscovium, and that's why it's the Secretary of Education. The Nictogens are a diverse group of highly capable elements that are here to serve all your needs. Without us you'd be sad, and sad backwards is das. And das not good. So vote for group 15.
I get nothing 'cause of you.